God said that He was going to make all things new, we must assume that there is something that is going to be changed. So you're going to have something on this side, and then you're going to have something on that side, and there's going to be change that takes place. Things are going to be new. It means they have to be made new again, or restored, or something new entirely has come. And that the intention is to make things new. We have illustrations of this in our lessons today, in Isaiah and in the Gospel. Isaiah, again, proclaiming of the Word of God to his people, who tells them, you've fallen short of the covenant that God has established with you. He established you as his people. He's blessed you. He's led you out of slavery in Egypt into your own land. He's established and prepared all things for you. He's given you the law and the commandments to pattern your lives in relationship with him. And you've botched the job. You have not done well. You haven't done what you were called to be. That relationship with God. You've trampled the Sabbath, you've gone your own way, you've done your own thing. You need to make changes. Things need to be new. Not the old way of things, it needs to be new. And when you do those things, when you have come back and been renewed and made new, then the heritage which has been promised to you, Jacob, if you will be yours. And things will be good and they will be new, but you need to make the change. All things will be new. Isaiah is calling them to that. Jesus is doing the same thing in the Gospel, there in the synagogue. The teaching, and a woman appears bent over 18 years bound in this condition. Possession, perhaps. But nonetheless, bent over with that ailment. And Jesus says, be healed. He lays his hands on her, and up she comes, released from that bondage, praising God. Right there in the middle of the congregation. And the leader of the synagogue begins to harangue the crowd. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, you do know that the rules are that you're not to work on the Sabbath day. I mean, it's one of the 10. It's an important one. And we have been able to figure out what is right and what is wrong as far as work is concerned. But the Sabbath is a day of rest. You don't work on the Sabbath. It's a violation of the rules, the ones that God has sent down. He's reminding them of their responsibility. Doing this to his congregation. Oh, Jesus, of course, is witness to all of this. He's not saying anything to Jesus. He's just making sure that the congregation is well informed about breaking the rules. Jesus then comes in and he says, now wait a minute. You're farmers, you're in that field, you've got your oxen, you've got your donkey, they work for you, and on the Sabbath day, yes, they get their rest. But you're going to leave them tied up for 24 hours? No, you're not going to do that. You're going to untie them, and you're going to take them to the water so they can be refreshed, so they can be healthy. Be released from that kind of burden. If you'll do that for your oxen, your donkey on the Sabbath day, which means untying a knot, which is work, should we not release this woman from her burden of that ailment on the Sabbath day so she can be healthy and strong? It's calling you to recognize that we can go so bound up with things that we forget that is that we need a release from that so that the good things can come from it. She needs to be released. We're not going to wait until tomorrow to do it. We're going to make things new. Jesus is calling that congregation to recognize that things need to be new. And that's what the writer to the Hebrews has to say. By the way, Hebrews is probably a sermon. Has that kind of structure. But he's saying to that congregation, remember, originally it's a matter of being in the wilderness, Mount Sinai. We know the story. We come out of Egypt. The relationship is established with God at Sinai. But how does that sound? Moses says, and God instructs him to this way. You're going to be at the base of the mountain. Do not touch the mountain. If you touch the mountain, you're going to die. Even Moses is afraid that he's going to have to be what goes up to get what God has for him. Even if animals touch the mountain, they're to be stoned. This is fear and trembling here. There will be earthquake, fire. I mean, the whole thing is shaking because it's establishing this covenant relationship. It's at Sinai. It's a matter of fear and trembling. People want to back off from it. I'm sorry, I'd rather not. Why don't you get the rules and write them down so I don't have to listen to it? It's too scary. And that's what they're caught up in these. But when the writer of the Hebrews says, you remember that. But now, remember that things have changed. And we think in terms of Mount Zion, the new Jerusalem, that redeemed and made new relationship that God has established with his people in Jesus. And it's no longer a matter of fear and trembling. We hear what is describing them as, hey, this is party time. The angels are in festal gathering. And you're part of it. But God has made you new. He's shaken everything about. And all of those things which might, creation itself gets shaken. Even heaven itself, because it's establishing a new thing. And that relationship, new and holy, with God and the kingdom. And he's saying to them, and he's saying it to us, you are already part of it. This is something which is done in the present tense. This isn't future. This is present tense. That congregation to which that Hebrew sermon is being preached, and what we are hearing is present tense. We are already part of that new creation. We are participating in the kingdom which God has shaken into existence. Now, yes, there are futures to it as well. We are in process, but we're already involved in it. So, the writer Hebrews is saying, and to rejoice in that. Now, of course, it's a reminder to us that there are those old things that we may got stuck with, and may still be part of our actions and our relationships and our intentions and our thinking. Those things need to be made new, or they need to be shaken out. so that we can be fully in that new living relationship that God has created. It says we're going to shake things up. And there's that interesting last line, that God is a consuming fire. It's not a matter of burning everything up. It's a matter of burning out the things that don't need to be there, to purge things, so that they all get burned off, if you will. And that which is new is restored and is there, firm, whole, and complete. Isaiah and Jesus in the synagogue say, take a look at where you are in your relationship with God. Are there things here that need to be dealt with? Or things need to be shaken up so they can be purged, made new? But we have an assurance, of course, that even at that moment, we are still participating in the presence of thy kingdom being made new. We're still part of it. And for that we must give thanks. That we must have great joy, because there we are with the angels in festal gathering, celebrating in thanksgiving the wonderful gift that God has given us, the opportunity, of course, to participate in it, present moment, and ultimately eternity itself.